What's up, everybody? Friendly Greens here, coming back at you on the Gorilla Skittles by 420FastBuds update. This is day 91, and these girls are looking quite nice, especially this gal right here. Get the camera to focus in here. She is starting to, well, her hairs are starting to orange up pretty much like all over the place. Before it was just a few bud sites here and there that were oranging up, but now it is basically every single one of these bud sites. So I'm thinking, you know, she's probably gonna be pushing about well, I'm hoping 2 more weeks for this gal here. This gal, on the other hand, I mean, she's still kind of stacking up new hairs on the top parts of the bud. So I'm not really sure if this one will be finishing around the exact same time frame as this gal. So unfortunately, she might have to be in the tent a wee bit longer, but that will be totally okay. I'm just more or less excited to get these two done, just so, well, I can hop on my next run, because on the next run of autos I'm going to be doing, I am going to be changing out these 3-gallon pots to 2-gallon fabric pots. And I'm going to see basically how big of a plant I'm going to get out of a 2-gallon compared to a 3-gallon. Because if I can get similar size of a plant in a 2-gallon versus a 3-gallon, well, I might as well switch over to a 2-gallon instead of a 3-gallon, and then save, you know, a gallon of soil, which will be nice. And then I can also fit, you know, 3 plants in the tent at one time instead of just 2, but we will see how that goes. And then I also did purchase the Stash Blends nutrient lineup, so I should be getting that, and then I'll be able to start using that in the next round of autos that I'll be doing. So it'll be a whole different kind of style of grow. I've never done like the whole dry amendments, top dressing stuff, but hey, I'm here for it. I hear that it's supposed to be a lot better for your plants than doing the liquid nutrients, so I guess we will see. I mean, with this gal here, you can tell she's starting to get a fade, kind of slightly turning on a fade for her. I have bumped back the nitrogen on this plant pretty much all the way off, so it's not getting any little slight bit of nitrogen, mainly just a bunch of bloom nutrients, about 8 milliliters per gallon, and it's getting 5 milliliters of CalMag per gallon. So she's getting a decent bit of the bloom nutrients. Same with this gal, she's getting the same feeding as this gal. Neither of them get any kind of special treatment, I should say. Pots are still slightly heavy from watering the night before, which is a good sign, you know. I mean, on this pot here, not much of like a salt-ish buildup on the outside of the pot. This one, you got slight salt buildup, but nothing too crazy. So far, so good. I am quite happy. And again, moving on to equipment, we have this fan in the corner. I bumped this up to 8 speed now. And then we still have our sidebar supplemental lighting set to max on those. We are still running my Bloom Plus at 100%, and we are about 18 to 16 inches away from the top canopy. We have our ducking set up still to exhaust out at 76 degrees, and then 50% humidity. Still have this fan set on the driver to cool it. And then we are running a light schedule of 20 hours on and 4 hours off. I will be, more than likely my next run of the autos, I will be going back down to 18 hours on and 6 hours off, as it is starting to come down to the end of winter for where my location is. So it'll start getting warmer out, and I don't really need the extra few hours of light being on. That's the only reason I do the 20 hours on and 4 hours off, is because during the winter time it gets so cold that I'd rather have the lights on a bit longer, and I just don't want to run them 24 hours on. That would give it the most stable conditions throughout the entire grow on these gals in the winter time. But I mean, I don't mind if it drops a little bit cold for the 4 hours. It adds a nice purpling to the plants, but I would prefer to see a more natural purpling on the plants. But we can go over some of these buds over here. You got that big old massive chonker. These gals are getting quite fat. I mean, stacked up to the brim on that one, about from here all the way to here. Just massive, thick, dense bud. So I'm curious to see exactly how much this one's gonna be. This time around, the last harvest I did not weigh the plants separately, but I think I want to weigh this one separately and see how she's gonna be, just because of, well, one, the way the bud structure is on this plant compared to kind of how, you know, not so thick and whatnot on this plant. I don't think it's going to be necessarily looking the best, so I'll probably use this plant for trying out pressing and then maybe making canna butter out of this one. But this one will be going into terp lock bags, and we will see how well she does. Right now, the smell, I wouldn't necessarily say it's like a Skittle candy smell, but it does have a sweet smell to it. Like, very upfront forward is a sweet, sugary smell, and then immediately foot off the gas on that, and you're getting a very slight tinge of a, I would say almost a gassy, diesely smell at the end footnote of the sweet, sugary smell. So all in all, not too bad. Can't be too mad about this. I mean, I am quite happy. I mean, look at the canopy on this gal. She is quite nice. I mean, quite wide. I mean, this is about half of a 4x2 tent that she is filling. Unfortunately, I did stunt this gal early on, but it was my first time trying topping with the autos. But she probably could have filled out the half of this if I didn't stunt her and everything like that. But, you know, grower's error. I am willing to admit when I mess up. I'm not gonna blame it on a bunch of different things. But yeah, if you guys like, leave a like, comment, and subscribe, as it helps the channel out greatly and the whole growing community as a whole. And I will catch you all in another video. Later, guys.